Hey YouTube, welcome back to my channel. Today I'm going to be checking out the 6th episode of Demons of the Shadow Realm, the Kagemori clan, and the unknown Assailants. We left off on a nasty cliffhanger last week, so I'm very excited to get into this episode. And just overall, it's been such a fun journey going through this show, and has been very unexpected in the direction it's taken, but not in a bad way at all. I've been really enjoying it. And I've said this 1,000 times at this point, but I'm really loving the early 2000 vibes. As someone who's been watching anime for like a decade now, this is really is kind of like a throwback anime, even though it's airing right now. But other than that, I don't want to waste too much more time and get into this episode. If you are new to my channel, this is more of a watch along than a reaction. So if you'd like the audio and or full video, you can sync up with my copy. If not, you can see it blurred behind me and then read the subtitles below me to follow along. I'll give us a countdown and we can get right into this episode. 3, 2, 1, start. Alright, let's get it. Just adjust my volume a little bit. Yeah, I'm very excited to get into this episode. That cliffhanger last week was so brutal. But yeah, the pacing of this show is also, it's funny because it's like a little bit slower paced in some aspects, but at the same time, I was not expecting last week to get us meeting between the twins already. God, I love that duo. I can't wait to see more of them. God. I I I looked up. I think it might have been like after the last time I did a video, but I forget how many episodes this season is getting. I don't think it's a ton, but this is a show I honestly um would love to get a bunch, but I think the manga's still ongoing, so I hope they can pace it well so it doesn't get ahead of the manga at all. I also have been wondering because I am not a manga reader for this series, so I wonder how the adaptation is overall so far. From an anime only perspective, it's really good. Pull out the bow. When they threw all the weapons down last episode, he went to oh, missed. What a cliffhanger last week. The animation on that arrow was also crazy cool. Gabby Chan Son? Something too. Never seen before. Oh yeah, so this is complete unknowns for everyone. Is she hiding inside of it? The guys, yeah, she knows from experience. Her fucking spirit also giving her a little. Oh, that's his star. That makes sense. Hell yeah. God, I love getting to see more of her. Oh, the fucking eye. Gavu. It really gives me Pride vibes, to be honest. The way they like showed the eyes and the teeth and stuff behind her. Oh, she's ready for business. There's a lot though. This is way more than I was expecting. Diabolical. Oh. Break my ribs. Yeah, she seems like she still had a little bit of control issues, but she seems strong. Yeah. Obvious discrimination. You can handle it. Distract the white one. Oh, we're even getting a little bit of teamwork between them. That's fun. Oh, that's sick. The yin and yang merged into one. Whoa. Are they in two different planes? Oh, they get teleported out? Are they together or are they both color in a different, what? Is it inside of them or did it teleport them? So, oh, good stun. Bro's holding them down. Oh. Oh, that's a good point, honestly. Them or their master. Are you gonna have to take care of business? Oh, no, he didn't leave it to him. Making the wounded one work. Sleeping. Guess you gotta take care of business. I kind of love his fit, the vest and everything. The purple looks good. Also pulling out the blicky is diabolical. Okay, so the black and white are two different areas. Oh, her voice act. Oh, wow. Her voice acting right there was incredible as she is calling everyone out as slowly breaking more and more. Hmm. Oh! Right as right and left got separated. That's fun. My cat won't stop bugging me out. It's darkness. Oh, so yeah, like it's pure darkness. Mm. So was that her originally? Like she was being kept there from the. Oh yeah, I guess if it's pure darkness, they can't see each other. So touch would honestly. Yes and no. Yeah, left will figure it out. Oh, he wanted to chat. Oh, that is true. They did have a bit of a face-off. Natural enemy. Cancelled. It blocked out her attack. Neutralized. Break. It's so fascinating to me that she has like a. Oh, interesting. They're like a safeguard. Right. Show interesting. There's one for each one. I love left dropping it. She's so awesome. Totally empty. That is a good question. Oh, it's a new one for her. Well, I would assume it's just based off this one spirit's ability. A ceiling. Oh, spherical. Interesting. It almost reminds me, well, it reminds me of the truth in Full Metal Alchemist, but more so than that, it reminds me of like a Bonkai almost. It's like Tosin's. Dude, I love him so much. He's always down for business. Yeah, so he'll be ready to fight anytime. That is straight facts. He's kind of in a whole unknown. Bro's living in a world of pure confusion. He's just going the path he thinks is right. Oh yeah, I guess if he can aim as well, there's it's not pure darkness. Her expression. Is it the feathering? Oh yeah, that it. Oh, that's a good point, to be honest. I didn't even think about that yet, but yeah, she should be able to just hop out of it. Oh, why'd you back off? Oh, is she breaking out? Pull it out together. I love. Oh, she even responded back. Cute. Oh, wow. God, her ability honestly seems really strong. Seems like a natural counter to a lot of enemies then. But it's interesting, I guess, right, oh, interesting. Um, oh, interesting. Oh, I'm so fascinated by how they work. Do they like um they almost it's like they carry no past like hate for separating him from their old master. I guess that could be because maybe they didn't have a good relationship with them. And I think it's because Yura also has his almost working independently from himself, so it works differently. Another request, huh? Oh, yeah, because it's not like their memories are wiped, so they still contain all. So, is it that they can't physically ignore a master's request? Yeah, that's what I was getting on earlier. Oh, good practice. His fucking face right there. And she's just living her best life now with him here. Jin with the blicky. Oh, that is creepy as fuck. The vertical slit mouse is diabolical. Keep walking. Blow you from below. Oh, no! Return to sender on that. I'm also loving how effective physical weapons and stuff like that still are. Oh my god, some of these are diabolical and creepy. Um, I love when modern weapons have a place in oh my god, to the back of the head. In a more like spiritual type ability world. 5 groups. It's also going into the show, I was not expecting death to be such a common yeah, that means oh wait. Oh, he's fucking sniping from up top. I thought maybe it was a different oh, that's funny. He even has no shoes on. I assume better grip. Yeah, is the moment he sees you, he just Kimberly? um Bro's dipping, but his two demons are his swords, I'm pretty sure. They have eyes all over them. Oh, find him new again. That is sick. Dude, this episode was great. Great so far. It's still going, but pulling up with a crowbar is wild. God. Yeah, I'm used to it now because the first episode really set the tone, but going into the show, I was not expecting it to be this brutal. Like Full Metal Alchemist had moments like that, but I just wasn't expecting it. Yeah, it took care of most of them. Yeah, it was more a personal cause, which I guess we kind of have a lead-ish now. Kushigaki. I'll admit I'm a brat, but I'm still older. To be fair, there is real beef here that she murdered a lot of the village. I'm still a little bit sus of both sides too, so I don't even know where you're as best suited to be at right now. All of the information, huh? I'm assuming the guy who ran away was the one who set up the plan. Yeah, that's straight up fucking like torture. So that makes sense why no one knew them. They were more just randoms getting grouped together. Bro, it's like, oof, I. I don't think he has any information. Either someone was using, I don't think we have a name yet, but was using the spirit that Asa has now before this dude, or it's unrelated. Not exactly what we wanted. Oh, I'm interested what she wants to know. Interesting. So, a very different perspective. You should not have kept going. Oh my god, the shaking at her hand. But yeah, I was gonna mention at one point when they were talking about him, he was like, I gotta go find another spirit now, the camo guy. It's almost like they're treating him as disposable tools. But that also explains why, yeah, it switched sides on him so easily. Bro's like, I get named. Who leave me alone? Oh, I think it might stick. Man, Left always has so many good faces. Can Left and Right go smaller? I assume probably only as they're like more monstrous forms. It was a lot of people. That was a lot more spirits than I thought would be here. I thought it'd be like a couple. Oh, interesting. This is like the first time they've had a physical attack like this. Oh, he's starting to get a bit of a grasp on there. Oh, not something she wants to. Oh, there's definitely more to that story. Oh, are we gonna get it? Good. Died once. The village. Oh no, what are these cliffhangers? So I. So she got killed once. And I assume someone's demon brought her back to life in some way. And maybe the cost was that she lost her eye, or maybe that's where she was like shot through the eye or something like that. But that would explain also why she has such a aggressive hatred for the village and like why they were so quick to just murder everyone besides the kids. God, this show continues to always it like gives me a couple answers or I start to like get like a couple theories and then I get so many more. Um Really gives me the vibes of early Full Metal Alchemist where like you were constantly learning more about the world and like the story was expanding out and like you would learn one thing and then I feel like you would get 10 questions for every one thing you learned until like the last section of the manga. But I'm really glad that I'm like not only am I enjoying this cuz like most series I can enjoy an anime, but there's a difference between enjoying with the series and like truly connecting with the characters and everything. I feel like I'm glad I was able to do that because I love the author so much and her all of her works. Um, I'm glad because it's always disappointing when you like you love an author and then you go back to like one of their works or something and it just doesn't hit the same. I feel like that happens quite often to be honest, which is always a shame. Um, but yeah, this episode was great. Asa and Break. I only saw like one frame of that credit scene. It looked like a backstory maybe. because it showed her with like her eye glowing or something like that. Um, yeah, great episode. Also, so funny that the cliffhanger last week it just was not anything special. They went all out on that animation for that arrow shot, and then he proceeds to do nothing. It like shoots, misses, and goes into the roof, which is really funny. Um, but yeah, I love the way they animate the arrow and like it bending and stuff. But yeah, we still didn't get names for them, but I really like this pair, the yin and yang, especially when they like fuse together, and then like teleported them to the two different areas. I'm very interested to know if that will come back around and they were the ones responsible for the parents disappearing, because that would make total sense. This is kind of what I was theorizing when we found out about that it would be something like teleportation or like this, where it's like takes you to an alternate space inside the stomach, very much like Gluttony from Full Metal Alchemist, to be honest. Um, and even it has like the yin and yang, like the black and white, which is almost like the imperfect truth portal of truth versus the original portal of truth. They look slightly different. Also, this scene, I love her so far, but like her sitting inside of her demons and then having them attack her or like try and go for her and then just gobble them. There's been actually she has a lot of great moments already. Um, I'm glad that she is sticking. It's kind of interesting just how like we were introduced to her like very much like she was big antagonist almost the way she was just murking people. But I think that's just because our perspective is very warped on this world because we came from the village and whatnot, and don't know like the greater perspective of all these events and whatnot. But yeah, this scene was great. They did a couple moments like this where they have like the glowy eyes. I really like that. Um, it's something. It must be. It's been a while since I've read Full Metal Alchemist, and I think they do it in the manga as well. But it seems to be a stylistic choice from her art style. But the anime is adapting it very cool. Um, all that was great. I love Jin in this episode as well. Going from getting all like hauled around or whatnot, and then having to do the work because everyone else is doing other stuff. Um, and the little bit of teamwork, and also I feel like Yuru also like started to grasp maybe um Asa a little better in this episode near the end where they had that little moment. Um, and I love how I thought this when they went over the eye thing, like it was gonna be something we hide away. I'm glad we're just being like open with the truth. It's one of my honestly how straightforward and not easygoing, committed all these characters are so far is like a very big highlight for me. Like Yuru is always like jumping into action immediately. That whole scene about him talking about I'm confused by everything now, so nothing confuses me anymore. That was great, and I just love how they jump into action. There, there's a sense of almost not understanding, but just like um, yeah, just like straightforwardness to a lot of the characters. Like the fact that we didn't waste time, we just went right for the sister and met up. Um, kind of their react or relationship together as well. And like the fact that we're not hiding this and we're just telling him is a really good sign. I think in one of the other episodes they mentioned something about like not lying to each other anymore, and I was like, that is a good start to mending this relationship because it is very strained at the moment just because of the circumstances. Um, because in Yuru's mind, his entire village was slaughtered and like his entire life was just essentially fake and like was totally thrown for a loop. Whereas we don't know a lot about the situation, but Asa was kind of the opposite, where she got plucked out of this, thrown out into like the world with, especially without the parents. Um, and then not only was she in danger from the outside world, but also the village was going after her, which is diabolical that they were doing that. I really want to learn more about the twins and like the general like idea about the. I keep saying prophecy, but we've never actually gotten that term yet. But just the way they have talked about the twins and the fact that it is something that obviously ties to the greater world, especially with like the break and seal powers. Um, but it's also interesting. We went over that the left and right are like the natural antagonists to or natural counters to it. So right counters the break ability. So I don't know if he also has the like I don't think he has the ability to also use break, but I just don't think it can be used against him and he can essentially counter it. And then I guess left will be able to counter a seal. I'm surprised that she was able like even got sealed then like by the um yin yang one, and she wasn't able to stop that. Maybe it only directly works against Yuru's power, and not like any like barrier or seal type ability. That would be very interesting. A lot of great expressions. Not only like because this show can be dark, badass, like fair amount of emotions between the characters as well. But also, it's just fucking funny. I love her comedy style so much. There's a lot of good bits. I like, yeah, the left in this episode. I feel like she nonstop. There was so many moments where she was just had some hilarious stuff, like when she was getting shot at, um, and whatnot. I just love honestly some of the like the actual like jokes are really funny, but there's a lot of just like background comedy and stuff that I imagine was just like little panels and stuff happening in the background that all the way they translate it into the anime works really well. I'm really loving all of the designs of all the demons as well. Like the I don't absolutely love the purple aesthetic for this, but other than that, like we saw like a bunch of like one-off ones that essentially all got taken out by Jin, and all those ones looked really cool. Um, and I love the diversity because we have stuff like this where it's like a cute little like rabbit essentially, and then we have stuff that's more creepy, stuff that's more unique. Like I feel like it's a good mix. That's also badass. And I love the mix of practical weapons. So like him using his bow, Jin using a gun, um, and then mixed with the more spiritual aspects as well. I feel like it's a really fun combination. That's one thing if you've watched Jujutsu Kaisen, I think it's at the end of season two, when Mai pulls out a sniper rifle and is shooting the fake ghetto. Uh he mentioned something about how he respects using the modern day weapon because it's when you make a power system where that essentially like all of that is negated, it becomes very hard to like buy what will damage a character and what won't. So I love power systems like this where sure there is like supernatural powers and whatnot, but at the core level, it's still a human person right here. Like they're still very vulnerable to everything that would normally hurt a human. And I feel like that always leads to very fun type of combat and battles and whatnot. Because that was kind of an element in Full Metal Alchemist as well. For most characters, I guess Alphonse was kind of a suit of armor, so not quite the same. But I love when there's a sense of real morality or mortality and whatnot, and like risk of death to the characters like that. Because as much as I absolutely love like a power system, going back to Jujutsu Kaisen or like Hunter or Hunter, where like you can manipulate, say in like Hunter x Hunter, the Nen to like make your one area of your body harder or like go all over or whatnot. And I always love that concept, but at the same time, I feel like it's more fun sometimes to do a power system like this where we have almost base humans and then we also do get like the elements of like the left and right are like stone, for example. So they're significantly more durable. But the master itself is still not like crazy OP or anything. Also this shot it's weird to me that this wasn't like a blood color. It's just like white. It almost looks like the censored blood in I think it's usually Chinese shows, but it happens in some um time slots in TV too, where they censor blood and just turn it white and always looks so diabolical. um, yeah, get with arrow and whatnot. I'm excited to see more about this dude. He immediately gave me a little bit of Kimberly vibes just by his design and whatnot. Um, but yeah, I assume his two swords which I assume this is like the oh, I forget what the actual term is, but it's um where you have like essentially a full size sword and then like the shorter. It's not like super short, but it's shorter than your main sword. It's a samurai type um fighting sword. That's like why they would wear two because they're slightly different. Um, that's really fun. I'm excited to see how that works with how they work as like if they stay as swords or if they transform or how his fighting style works. I feel like that could be potentially really cool. And I'm loving this show is also doing the thing that I really love where there is still very much action and battles and stuff, but at the same time I feel like that's not like ever the main focus really, or at least we haven't had that yet. Where sometimes you'll have a show like say Dragon Ball. No hate to any show I'm talking about, by the way. But the whole episode will be about the fight, and like the fight is what is going on. Whereas like shows like this or Full Metal Alchemist or like Frieren, there are really awesome battles, cool fights, awesome abilities and stuff, but it never takes the priority over like the characters and stories and whatnot, and never feels super drawn out. Like there's a lot of little like action sequences in this, but a lot of times it's just like a couple attacks. It's not like some super drawn out battle. And I feel like that's also another thing where like them being just like actual humans with the average weakness as a human really lends into that as well because you can take out an enemy fairly easy. I'm sure at some points we'll get like bigger battles because even in like Full Metal Alchemist we've got that occasionally, but I feel like it's never the main focal point. There's always a lot more going on in these episodes. Yeah, and the pacing of the show is really good because like we're still in the manor, but like they teased that whole fight and us getting raided, and we dealt with this all in this episode essentially. Um, and then we are kind of moving on to the next thing now, which I feel like it's it's a mix of slow and really fast pacing at the same time, but I feel like it is working out perfectly. To be fair, I do think this show would lend itself a bit better to maybe watching in not like just binge all of the episodes at once, but doing like batches of episodes. Like I feel like on rewatch the show will be really nice because these episodes flow together super nicely. Even from episode one to all the way to the newest episode, I feel like it's consistently like one story, but it is a little bit separated in like every couple chapters you can feel like we start to move to like a little bit new of a direction um and change the status quo a little bit. But I'm just so excited to learn more about these characters, see more. It seems like we might be getting a backstory on our next episode, which I would love. Um, Especially if I can maybe get little bits of information so I can start theory crafting a little bit about what exactly is going on in this world. A couple great shots as well this episode. Like I feel like this show consistently is at a very great level for animation and direction and everything. And I feel like it usually doesn't like get like to the peaks that maybe some other anime get, but it's also the way they capture her art style is so pleasant to watch because that's one thing I always like think back to Full Metal Alchemist because even though it's a dated anime, it still looks really great and it doesn't well there is some things that are common with like the general like generic anime style. When an artist has a distinct style like this and the animes are able to capture it and not make it super generic, it just feels nice to watch a show that has a consistent art style like this that feels unique. It's a little bit similar to her other works, so it's the same type of vibe as like Full Metal Alchemist and like Silver Spoon and stuff. But it's such a treat to watch because especially I haven't been doing it as much recently, but there's a lot of anime, especially like if you watch like the generic isekais that come out or whatnot, where like everything starts to just blend together and look very samey. So I always love when a manga author and then an anime can capture a very distinct style. I really enjoy just seeing all of our character designs and everything in motion is it's just awesome. I will never complain about that. No, really the only thing I'm interested about is like what the adaptation from manga into anime is like for this series because from an anime only perspective, they're absolutely cooking. Um, I've been super happy because it's also this is just an element of great writing and whatnot, but I'm super invested and intrigued in this world. Um, and to be fair, I like that this is also a show I can watch and I'm just usually talking like every once in a while I'll mention like cool art shot or some like voice acting and whatnot because I'll always think about that and appreciate it. But for this show, I'm very much focusing on the story and the characters when I'm talking about it, which I really enjoy because um, some series that I really enjoy, sometimes when I feel like I was doing watch alongs, like shows like maybe Jujutsu Kaisen, or like just other very flashy shows, I feel like sometimes you get so just blown away by the animation and direction of the episode. Even for some One Piece episodes, it happens like that because I'm also a manga reader. That you don't fully like appreciate the actual story and characters that are being presented. Um, I did a little bit. There were certain Jujutsu Kaisen episodes where I very much did that because I love that show so much. But it's just something I've been trying to find a good balance of with my commentary of talking about not only like the production of the actual episode itself, but actually the story and characters and whatnot, and giving like my general thoughts on an episode. But yeah, other than that, I'll catch you guys all later. I will be uploading Akane Banishi right after this. It will probably be roughly an hour after this upload. It should come out, maybe a little bit longer as it takes a little bit of time. But yeah, great episode. I will catch you guys all next week though, and peace.